guys, welcome to Almost 30 Podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
I'm going to the Derby today, and Lindsay's...
I'm a mom from Gap.
Honestly. You're a mom at pickup.
Well, for these intro outros, man, I'm not trying too hard with my fits anymore.
This was crazy. I just found it upstairs, and I was like, I've never worn this outfit.
It looks great on you.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something I would... It's not my style.
Oh, really?
Mm-mm.
You're more...
I usually don't wear tank tops.
Oh, like tube tops?
Yeah, I don't like tube tops or tank tops normally. And I also don't like midi skirts on me. So this outfit sucks. Come see me on YouTube. Come see what I'm rocking on YouTube. It's not bad. It's just like not my journey.
The green's nice. The green's nice. Welcome to the show. We're going to do a freaking Q&A today.
Yeah.
We got some great questions.
I love these. We just did one recently, and I did one on my stories the other day, and I just really enjoy doing the Q&As so much.
Well, I think we kind of downplay how people love to listen to these types of episodes.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, what are the, what do we have
that.
to say? But I'm like, no, it's fun.
Oh, it's fun. You know what's so funny? Actually, do you remember back in the day, we did someone else's podcast who was advice? And at that point in time, I didn't feel like I could give advice. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
I remember being like, I don't feel like I'm at the point in my life where I could give advice. And I was truthful about that because I didn't feel like I truthfully was like, I don't feel like my life is advice worthy now. Yeah. And I do feel good. I feel like my life is advice worthy now. Not all of it, obviously, but I just feel like I've lived more life.
Totally.
You know?
And you're like in that coaching world. So it's like you have kind of that ability to.
Even though like advice that I give here is different than coaching because coaching's like so much more tender.
Oh, yeah.
And, when you're with someone.
You can't be like, girl.
Yeah, I'd be like, dump him. Even though I was just laughing.
Dumb.
Yeah, I was like, hang out with me long enough and you'll think your boyfriend's cheating on you. I'm like, are you sure that he was alone at the concert?
Okay, so we're going to answer some questions about relationships, health, personal questions, and the like. All right, let's start off with a softball. What supplement have you taken recently that you're like, that didn't do anything?
What? You know what's been happening with me with supplements is they've been making me tired. So I was doing research because there was this new supplement I was taking from this brand, and it's a real food multivitamin. So it's basically vitamins and minerals sourced from real food. So instead of like manufacturing, vitamin B or C, you actually would take it from quinoa or oranges or whatever. And so I was taking their real food supplements, and it made me look at other supplements. And what I realized is that my body, it takes so much energy for your body to break down these artificial or supplements. So I was getting really tired. Like even yesterday, I haven't taken supplements in a month. And I took supplements yesterday and I had to take like 2 naps.
It is a lot for your body to process, especially if you're taking them all at once, which I think a lot of us do. I do that.
I do it too. And I do it no water.
Ugh.
It's crazy. I can take like 20 supplements down, no water.
That is so nasty.
Dude, tell your boyfriend that. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
No, it's actually so crazy.
You're like a frog.
No, I'm like a snake. I'm like,
so any in particular that you're like, you don't have to name a brand, but like a more general.
That I didn't. You know what? One that I do love that I rep hard, Super You from Moon Juice. They're not, I think the Almost 30 code works, but that's really good. What ones have I tried that weren't? Honestly, I think a lot of probiotics are a little mid for me. There's some that are good and work. What about you?
I think the same as far as the probiotics go, because it just varies brand to brand. For me, digestive enzymes don't work.
Oh, wow. That's
I know
interesting.
You like them.
Yeah, I do.
And they work for you. Yeah, they don't. I don't know if I don't really have like digestive issues generally speaking. So maybe that's why I'm just like not noticing.
Yeah, that's true.
I do take a skin supplement or like a liquid skin supplement that I notice right away if I don't do it.
Really? Collagen, I noticed right away.
Yeah.
Magnesium and
Yeah.
collagen are like I think I think there's been a lot more supplements that have come on that are kind of like more specific to things like cellular energy or more
Yeah.
specific to certain aspects of things that I don't know if they're necessarily. But what I've noticed is a lot of the supplements that I had a lot of different goals. And so they were like doing like 50 different things in one. And
Yeah.
sometimes there's no way you need all of those
Or there's no
things.
way to really know what's
Yeah.
actually helping. Because I think people today are taking so many supplements.
Yeah.
And one, I don't know if you know by blood work whether you need all of those things. And then also you're overlapping. So if you're taking a multi, if I'm taking a prenatal, but then I'm also taking an additional omega, but the prenatal has omega. Or you know what I mean? Like where you're kind of like overlapping with some things. So you could be getting more than you need. You could be getting, just kind of interesting levels. But I've simplified. Like I don't take things every day.
Yeah, I don't either. It's so funny. I was talking to somebody at the gym and we were talking about I was talking about his workout. We were talking about mine and I'm like intuitive. I just make it up. I go in, I'm like, what feels good? I'm going to do abs today. I'm going to do oblique. Like same with supplements. And this isn't a recommendation. This isn't what anyone should do, but I just take things when I feel like I need them.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. But there is an effect of like kind of compounding over time with certain supplements.
Totally.
I think vitamin D's vitamin D I take pretty regularly for mood and immune support. I think I'm more like concerned with what Mav's taking
For sure.
than myself, which like also you kind of have to monitor because like kids don't need a ton, but they're not getting everything that they need through food all the time. So
I'm curious about sea moss. What is the benefit of that?
So they say it has a ton of like minerals. And we don't get like our minerals from our food that often. So like trace minerals. I don't know if they're antioxidants. But sea moss, is it similar to seaweed or sea algae? Because that has
question.
like
That's a good question.
benefits, but I don't know.
I know. I'm like, is that working? Like there's just so many different.
Yeah, because it is expensive.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I do feel like mineralized water drops have always worked for me. Every time I take mineralized water, I take it around, I get intuitive hit to take it around my period, and then I start my period the next day. Because it mineralizes your blood so that your blood can like.
Oh, wow.
So whenever women don't have their periods, again, I'm not a doctor, you guys, you can tell, but I just tell them to do mineralized water because it really helps to remineralize the blood.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Because maybe
Good one.
they aren't getting it from food.
Yeah, totally.
So that wasn't clear, but you guys can figure it out from that point. You guys can kind of put the pieces together.
Like, here are the things that we are taking.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, almost 30 code.
What's one belief about love or sex you had in your 20s that totally shifted in your 30s?
Oh my gosh, guys, you have all day. Like, pull up a chair, come sit at my feet.
Completely different.
I believe everything differently about all of it.
I think especially sex.
Ugh.
Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I felt like I needed to put on a damn show, but in a way that was like not healthy. Like where I needed to not prioritize my pleasure. I needed to, be an actress in a porno or something.
I know.
And just satisfy the other person.
Yes.
And I didn't even allow myself to get turned on.
Yes.
Like I would like pretend, but like physiologically I was not. So that I got into the habit of that, which was not good.
So many women.
Yeah.
Why have like one of my friends has never had an orgasm with a man.
Oh no. Wow. That was me for a long time. But then I was like, there came a point where I was like, no more.
Yeah.
I will never lie again.
Yes.
Which has like changed everything.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a huge one. I feel like now in sex, it's all about me. I could give a fuck about whatever is. I just want to do what feels good for me. Yeah. And that's what men love is when you're so into it that it's like magnetic. Pleasure. Yeah. And the right man, I mean, maybe a psychopath is like something, but I'm like, I just am fully focused on me and my experience. I think that's changed because that was different. I did the same as what you did for sure. I think I also didn't. Yeah, I also have learned more about with sex, like that you can have really, really good connected sex with someone that like isn't your partner. Like you can still have really good experiences. I didn't believe that when I was younger because I'm so sensitive. So I think that's something I've also learned. I think related to love, I think when I was younger, I wanted to be in control. I wanted to be in the lead. I wanted to be the one managing and facilitating the relationship. I wanted to be the one that was like the more vocal one. I wanted to be the decision maker. And now I don't want that as much. I want to be included, obviously, but I also think I didn't want my man to have as much of an opinion as I want him to now. Like I want him to have his own opinion and perspective, and I want him to share it with me. And I want him to be confident enough to have that. I think I didn't want a man that was as strong as me, and now I want stronger. I think I didn't want, the texture of man I wanted was just so different. And what I thought about love, I think I also felt like love was more conditional, more controlling. You know, like if you change, you'll love you. Like it was always kind of that. Like someone had to change to prove their love.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah, I think in my 20s, like love was like avoiding conflict. It was like very
Good
like, let's
one.
just keep it
Such a good one.
good. Like
Such a
I don't
good
want to
one.
talk about the hard things. I don't know how to do that. I never saw like conflict resolution, so I don't know how to do that. And so it just, a lot of things like kind of got swept under the rug, and then it was like very dirty under the rug, and
So
then
true.
it would eventually come out, and you're just like, oh, like this is not what I desire in a relationship. And now it's like leaning into those hard conversations, knowing that you're going to be loved and seen and supported unconditionally in those moments and not running away. And I also think like definitely in my 20s, I just thought like kindness, clarity, communication, consistency was like boring, or I thought they were a loser. You know, where I kind of liked the chase. I liked the inconsistency. I think it allowed me to not fully show up. So it was almost like easy, and I could look good anyway. I could like be the one who's like folding their laundry, you know, like whatever the fuck.
I think that's like the expectation I had for men was so much lower.
Yeah.
Was so low. Not like so low. I think I've had really great relationships with men that have really been very deeply impactful. But I think I just had a low bar where I was like, oh yeah, they'll be fun to hang out with. We'll relax and watch TV and we'll enjoy each other's company. But I didn't expect them to show up for me emotionally or like be able to hold space or like, I didn't expect this level of depth and intimacy of communication and of texture that I expect now.
Yeah.
So I think that's also changed so much. Where I was like, cool, we can be like buds and have fun and like joke around and like prank each other. And now I'm like, oh no, I need you to be able to like hold this.
Another thing about sex in my 20s was like I felt like every time needed to be the best fucking time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'll never forget my ex, an ex I had said that one time. He's like, do you want to have it all the time? He's like, do you want to just have it like really and have like do it really well less? And I'm like, oh, that's a good one.
Because like the more you do it, you're going to have times where it's like, it's good. Like I enjoyed that, but it's not going to be, I actually like the range where it's like you take every sexual experience just as this like curious little journey. And like you might find things that you're like, oh, that really does work. Let's like actually double down on that, or that's like, you know, it's so, yeah, I thought every time should be the best time. And if it wasn't, I was like, something's wrong.
Totally agree.
Something's wrong with me or something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
Like, what's up here?
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, this is just another day, a human coming to an experience.
100%.
Maybe they're not at their best.
Yeah, honestly, maybe they just ate pasta. I think also I had a different understanding of men, and I went to men expecting them to hold me and to attune to me like women. And I think now I just understand men so much more. So that means like, I understand that a man needs time to, you know, they can't, example, if I'm on a road trip with a man, he's not going to be talking for 8 hours.
Yeah.
But if I'm with a woman, we'll be going in, you know, 8 hours is nothing. And so the way I just have so much more respect for the way they run their energy.
Yeah.
in the way that they live and the way that they create. Where in my 20s, I would I'd be on that same car ride with my man and I'd be like, something's wrong because it's hour 4 and we stopped laughing. I'd be like, I knew he was gonna, like
Totally.
I just
Making meaning out of everything.
Making meaning out of the fact that like he's staring out the window, listening to the game.
Literally. Not like, having a thought in the world.
Yeah, there's elevator music going on up there. And I would, if we lost connection, which is normal, I would make it a story.
It's not even lost connection. It's like just like letting yourself take a break.
It's not connection. It's the full deep attunement.
Yeah.
I would just be looking for constant connected attunement. And it's like, you are going to have a life.
Totally.
Outside.
Which is like, can charade is like codependency sometimes.
100%.
Where it's like, you're like, are we good? Like, how connected are we? Da, da, da.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, I needed new lingerie every time.
Say less. I've brought that back.
Well, you're dating, so that makes sense to me.
I bought some the other day, and I was like, he was like, I think this is bridal lingerie.
He's like, why is it white with pearls?
No, it had pearls on it. No, it was like a pearl set, and he was like, yo, I think this is bridal. I was like, oh, shoot. What? I was like, well, what do you think about that? Just kidding, honestly. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy, but what if?
Imagine.
Yeah, I was like, picture this. And
we're in Bora Bora.
Yeah. What if I had even like the veil? I'm like, that's so crazy. It came with this. Oh my God.
Oh my.
Yeah, the new lingerie thing was so crazy.
I mean, I could stand to get some new exciting things for sure.
I think, yeah.
It's like once I need to like get rid of the stuff I've had since I got pregnant.
I concur.
Like high-waisted.
Some of my favorite underwear is yours.
I know. Say less.
That Lindsay's left. She does laundry at the house and leaves them. They're these granny short shorts.
So comfy.
That are so comfortable.
So comfy. In the right light, they look hot, They're a little see-through.
Yeah. If you're like just like listening to music in the kitchen with like a wife beater on, you're like, ooh, ooh. You're like, ooh.
But now Sean's expectation is like at a certain bar. So if I have something new, he's like, whoa. He's
for
like,
sure.
What's this? I was like, great. This is just from the Gap.
Yeah, honestly. I went from Skims to like the Gap.
Holy
You're like, this is just Charlotte Russe. I don't even know what the question was.
Yeah, it's just how love and sex have changed since your 20s to your 30s. We got it. We
got
better. Okay. I loved how they phrased this. What's one thing about your friendship that has saved your ass during hard seasons?
Saved your ass? I can't with that question. What is one thing that has saved our ass? I wonder if it's our relational ass or our
I think it's like, how has our friendship saved us during hard seasons of our life? That's what I read.
Yeah, I mean, navigating my divorce for sure. Like, no, but like every step of the way, like I was like, all right, I'm getting divorced. And then I was like, oh, I didn't. And then I was like, I did. And then just like, you're like, okay, we ride at dawn. We just got to cruise. So I think that was instrumental.
Yeah. Yeah. Letting you be in your process, but like supporting. I think I'm good at that. And then I also always want to check in with myself to see if there's an opportunity, because I think you did this well, just to hold up a mirror.
Speak more truth.
Yeah,
I think there could have been that potential.
No, but like, not even like, he's not the one, what are you doing? It's more like reflecting on like what I'm hearing you say or anything like that. Like, and that goes for anything with any friend. Like, I just think I can do that more consistently with love.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm good at like just allowing people to be in their process. But I always wonder, I'm like, if I'm observing something, what would behoove them for me to share? I don't know.
I think it's a gift because I'm always going to be, I'm never not one to not see. But I think I saw the pattern and you reflected the pattern that we were in. So we were both aware of the pattern. I think I was just, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I felt like it could change or, but Yeah, it was crazy to be in the experience of having a few friends that knew about the dynamic that we were in. And we're like, I remember like we'd be like walking and they're like, yo, this is crazy that this. And I'm
Are you talking
like,
about you and me, or you and
no, sorry,
you
me and my
and
ex,
ex?
like
Okay.
that, like you were aware of the pattern
Oh.
and I would talk about the pattern. And people, we'd be like talking about it, like laughing about it. And it's like a very serious pattern
Mm-hmm.
of things. And yeah, it was just funny that like I was like so aware of it. And I wonder if I was just like, I think for a bit, I was just putting the puzzle pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh, wait, what? This and this, and then this and this. And I kind of was just like figuring out the lay of the land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, it's like, whoa, this is what this is, and this is what this
Well,
is.
it's such a
And
deep untangling.
yeah, it was huge.
You're together for a long time.
Mhm.
Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't just like strip it all away or like take the rug completely from underneath. You kind of have to, in a healthy way, it's good to take your time and just be like, you
Yeah,
know?
I agree. 2020 timing too.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say like during 2020 and just when so much obviously in the world changed, so much in our business changed. There was so much like unknown. It was really nice to have like the container of our friendship just to like lean on and remember like who we are, but then remember that like remember what's important, you know, because yeah, there was just a lot of projecting and distortions and like fear and
Unknown.
yeah, lots of unknown. So to say like, you know, if all this disappeared tomorrow, we still have each other is like, you know, a comfort to me.
I remember we were on the phone with our coach and we were both crying about something. And you were like, she's my sister. And you're like, it's just, she's my sister. It was so sweet.
It's true.
I was like, this bitch is weird.
Codependent.
No, yeah, codependent. Yeah, literally. I was like, hey, I'm noticing patterns of codependency come up. And, no, but it was so sweet. You're like, it was like, I remember exactly where the computer was and where you were sitting because we were like, we were in it. We were in the trenches, dog.
Yeah, dude. That was a wild time.
That was a wild
Thank God
time.
for our coach. Thank God for just like the willingness to show up for that.
Yeah.
Us showing up for that. Like most people would have ran.
That's what, you know, I was talking about this with someone recently where I was like, it was with a relationship that I was deepening in. And I was talking about how oftentimes intimacy is created for me. And oftentimes it is, unfortunately, created in hard times. You know, a lot of the relationships that have deepened for me have gone through something to create that. And I was thinking about that for my romantic relationships and in this relationship in particular, where I was like, oh, usually to create like trust for me, we have to go through something. It's almost like you're committing to go through the thing. And by going through the thing, I know you're committed to me because you're willing to like be uncomfortable. You're willing to like forego your, you're willing to put the relationship first over your comfort or fear. And I think we've had enough hard times outside of our relationship that have supported us in coming closer. You know?
There was another question, which I think would be a good part B to where you're just talking about. It's like, how do you know when to kind of like lean in and deepen and when to let it go? And we talked about this before, but I think it deserves a repeat because I even find that like kind of hard to discern sometimes because my default is to be like, you're done.
Literally. Hey,
see you later.
Let's wrap it up.
But the harder thing is to deepen, but it's also more rewarding if it's meant to deepen. So how do you discern?
I think there's been a few situations with me with friendships where I just intuitively know that their ability and capacity to hold texture and nuance and their ability and capacity to have hard conversations is very short-sighted. And I just, it's like if you're in relationship with someone, like you're able to track them. And so it's like, if you're able to be with someone and be like, yeah, they don't know if they have the capacity for communication in conflict. But then you're like, okay, I'm noticing that. But then you get into conflict and then you have that experience. It's kind of like, I know this was their pattern. So I don't know if it's going to be something that withstands.
Yep.
I think that there is ways of relating in conflict that are no's for me that I've experienced in relationship, whether it's yelling or blaming or making it about the other person, making it about you versus the problem. Like, I think that there's certain ways of relating in conflict that are just a no for me. And so that's just like a boundary of mine. And I think as far as like, how do you know when to let go or when to continue? I think you always have to let go in some way. And what I mean by that is that you have to let go of your old patterns, your old ideas of that person. You have to let go of the relationship as it was. You have to let go of the obsession with focusing on someone else. So there is a letting go process that you always have to do, even if you're going to resolve. But in my experience, I feel like that decision is made by the soul. And I think with our relationship, it's always been yes. There's never been a time where it's been a no. And I think with other friendships or relationships that have changed, my soul has always dictated the yes or the no.
Yeah.
And it's kind of something that you have to be in touch with your soul enough to know that. And I've never had it change. I've never had a decision that was led by my soul for a yes or for a no change.
I know.
I can't even think of
And I
any.
think the reality of that is like sometimes it can feel a little scary or heartbreaking because of how you think you will be viewed by that person.
Yeah.
It's like the soul doesn't always take you down a path that like is the easiest,
Yeah.
but
And sometimes it seems like you're running from it, but it's like, no, this is just my
I
soul.
know. That's what I've like talked to my therapist about. I was like, am I just running from this or is this actually my soul being like, no, this is very clear, and more often than not, it's that,
Yeah, again, I come to certain friendships with some ways of relating is just a no for me. I'm like,
I know.
yeah. Like I've had just some conversations with friends. I'm like, I at my worst wouldn't relate to you in this way, whether it's yelling or, just catty, irrational. Like I just, that's not how I relate at my worst.
Yeah.
And so I just can't meet you where that is.
100%. 100%.
Even if I love you, I can't. Name names in the Patreon.
Yeah.
Just kidding. We don't have that. DM me for names. It's $50.
Okay, this is a health question. Do you still push yourselves in workouts or are you fully in your gentle movement era? Be real about this. Because I feel like we've kind of like taken a journey.
Yeah.
Because everyone listening, if you've been a listener, probably knows that we both used to work out way too much in our 20s. So doing the most, I was teaching SoulCycle. I was also doing HIIT workouts. I was drinking Celsius before and after. It was just like adrenal fatigue was real. What was yours?
Yeah, mine was, so I remember I lived in New York and ClassPass was just starting. This is aging me, but it was $85 a month. And the way I was doing 25 classes a month, like I was doing morning and night because I was trying to audition for SoulCycle. And that was when I was just a rail. And I remember getting my body fat tested. I was like 17% body fat. And I was like, oh, I want to be 15. It was really very weird. But I was doing a Tone House, Berries, SoulCycle, basically only HIIT. Like there had to be a cardio component. I wasn't doing much strength.
Yeah.
And yeah, just burning myself out completely. And then I moved to LA and I started to do like CrossFit and Pilates, and I didn't really like that on my body. And then I did my first yoga workouts that I started was I did yoga for like 2 years. And then I did classes for a while in the city for like maybe 2 years. And then I started just lifting in August of last year, mostly because I wanted a consistent workout. I wanted to no longer be around people or be listening to someone else teach me how to do classes. Like I was kind of over the energy of being in a group workout.
Yeah.
And then also I wanted to just experiment with doing one thing consistently. Because I've done one thing consistently a few times in my life, but I wanted to see what lifting would do. And with lifting, it's like I don't really have a structure or schedule. I just move intuitively.
Yeah.
I'm like, yesterday I did like bands to activate my glutes. And then I just did glutes for 45 minutes. I walked on the treadmill. I stretched. Another day I foam rolled for like an hour. Another day I did arms and then back. Like I just kind of like move around, do what I want, because working out, lifting is so masculine too. It like helps build testosterone for women in the morning, which is a really great thing. But because it's so masculine and structured, I want to bring some sort of femininity to it. And so moving intuitively with it and just doing what I feel
Yeah.
when I feel is really nice.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Yeah, I think I went from like being really gentle and soft post like doing the most.
Yeah, you were just walking for a while.
I was walking a ton. I would do like yoga and I would do like just at home workouts that were very
The amount of
gentle.
inflammation that you like lost was so crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. Yeah, my body was holding on for dear life because it
Dear
just
life.
didn't know what the heck I was going to do next. So it
basically,
felt
Lindsay
really
went
good.
from teaching like 13 classes at Soul Cycle and doing HIIT workouts to only walking for like months, I think, or you did very gentle and your
Yeah.
body completely transformed.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think the stress I was putting on my body was making I was holding on to water weight. My skin was just so like, it just felt so inflamed. And yeah, I just think I was stressed out. And then I've just incorporated, I think when I got pregnant, I was doing a lot of at-home workouts, doing a lot of like slow lifting, and a ton of walking. So I've kind of like kept that where, I do what I can. I think I'm working out in earnest like 3 days a week, maybe 4. But otherwise I'm like
amazing.
walking and running around with Matt.
Yeah. I do 4.
But I just set myself up at home. Worst case scenario, if like I don't have time to like run to a class or it doesn't work out with my schedule, I have 30-pound weights, I have 15-pound weights, I have bands, and I have apps like Evlo. I have apps like our girl Danielle Pasenti's app is amazing, DP Fit. And it's just a nice place I can go, get like a 20-30 minute strength workout or whatever I want to do. And it feels really good. I am craving like a little class moment. So maybe I'll incorporate that one day a week. And I just last night when I like woke up in the middle of the night, I was like, I think I'm going to ask my girl to train me once a week. There's this girl that's like an incredible
that.
trainer nearby. I'm like, let's do like 1 or 2 days a week. Just, I like that accountability. I like someone pushing me one-on-one where they know like my goals. They know what we want to work on. And I like someone who has an expertise that they can teach me,
I love that.
about
My gym boyfriend right now, he works out with a trainer, this girl, twice a week. And he's like, it's so helpful for like form. He's like,
yeah.
you think and he's worked out his whole life. He's like, you think you're like doing right with form, but it's like to have someone literally on you to be like getting you do stuff. And then you push yourself so much more.
Yes.
And they really track for you.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want to talk to someone like, I talk to too many people. I wouldn't want another hour of talking.
Well, I just like, because you kind of have to set the tone with them.
Yeah.
Like when I trained with my friend Ben when I was living here in LA. And like we would kind of talk intermittently, but it was like mostly like the workout.
That's good.
Like, so I think you kind of have to set the tone of like, it's like an Uber. It's like, do you want to talk? Do you want to not want to talk?
I'd be like, hey, so how's your mom?
Yeah, I know.
That would be me. It's funny because it's like, I'd be like, I don't want to talk. And it would be me.
Yeah, totally.
That's just like
filling the silence.
Literally unable to be in silence.
I'm like,
I need to be better about that. On dates too.
Filling the silence?
Oh, just letting them come in.
Totally.
I'm just like, what do you want to do?
Someone was being interviewed. What's her name? Dakota
Johnson?
Yeah. She the one from 50 Shades?
Dakota Fanning?
No.
Dakota Johnson, I think.
Yeah. And she was being interviewed and the interviewer was like, you're so good at just letting the silence be there. And she is. In so many interviews, she just like, she doesn't fill the space. Like she's kind of a cool one to watch because you're like, that is an art. And it is very captivating.
Wow.
Because there's no anxiety. There's just like.
No, that is very feminine. Space. Very feminine, yes. Embodied feminine to be like, what do you want to ask me now? That's my next goal.
Without saying, what do you want to ask me now?
Yeah, honestly. I want to try that. I want to try that with this dum-dum this weekend.
One more? Okay, let's see. How do you tell the difference between a relationship that's stretching you and one that's slowly draining you?
Should be your choice. Like you should be like, ooh, I'm up for this stretch. This feels good. Also, there should be moments of no stretch. It should be you are choosing consciously to stretch, not this person is being like
Pushing you.
pushing you. Hey, you need to do this. We need to be poly. We need to be whatever. It should be like, ooh, I'm noticing myself closing because we're getting more intimate. I'm available to walk myself through the stretch.
Yeah.
I'm available to move forward to deeper intimacy. So it should be led by you, and you should be guiding yourself in the stretch, not because you feel like you're going to lose the connection if you don't.
Like it's a conditional stretch.
Yes.
Yeah. And I also think that the stretch should bring you closer to your center. And if it feels like you're being pulled away from who you really are during a stretch, then that might be a little red flag.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, so if it's like, if you feel like you're abandoning how you really feel or your values or, you know, what you desire to feel safe and secure and all those things, then I would question it a little bit. And also, if you're going through a stretch season with your partner, they should be stretching too.
Say that again.
Because this is like, I think this is one of the greatest gifts of being in partnership. And I didn't actually realize that this was the gift of partnership because I never really saw this growing up. But when you are going through a hard season with your partner, a stretch season, like you both should be co-committing to the growth within you as well as the growth between you, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yep.
if your partner's just waiting for you to like get through it, get over it.
Oh my gosh.
That's like a weird imbalance that could put pressure on you, that could make you feel like you're too much or you're taking up too much space or too much time. But I think any season of stretch, if you're in a deep, intimate relationship, will also really call the other person into stretch as well, you know? Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. I want you guys to live, laugh, and love. You know what's crazy is some of those cliche quotes are just great. You're like, I do want to live, laugh, and love.
Totally. Send me the pillow.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Send me the wood.
In my childhood room, which they're still up on the closet, but on the closet internal little panel, I have all of those quotes. Just
I
like the
wonder what
corniest. I'll send a picture when I pick up Mav. Like it's just so funny to think about little me being like, that's inspiring.
Oh, I know. And you don't even know what
like,
it means.
I have no idea.
Yeah, totally.
You know, every person you meet is a mirror.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Love everyone. You're like, totally. Or just like there'd be ones that you would like love, but you would just disregard in action.
Totally. Like what?
I don't know. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars.
Because technically I can't shoot for the moon, man. Yeah. Those were great. Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Questions.
Okay, if you don't have the Almost 30 book, what are you even doing, bro? It's been endorsed by people like Jay Shetty, Jenna Kutcher, Gabby Bernstein, Jill Winterstein, Lala Delia, Shalina Ayana, Astro Twins, Jesse and Giuseppe. We have so many amazing people that have raved about this book. Almost 30 is the guide to turn your mess into magic. It is everything we've learned in the past 10 years doing this show. We have excerpts and sections from some of our amazing podcast guests, some people you know and love, like Glennon Doyle, as an example, Mel Robbins. And in the book, we share really vulnerably and honestly about our journey from, you know, rock bottom to where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I've heard the most feedback about like just our share, like our stories that we shared in the book and just kind of that narrative where it kind of feels like you're hanging out with your friends who are telling you a story. And there's just really beautiful lessons there that we've learned along the way. But thank you all for the support. Gift it to a friend. I think it's a great gift for anyone moving through change.
Yeah.
You can get it anywhere books are sold, online or in person. It's at every airport right now.
Yes.
Go
Target,
to your airport libraries and Target.
Audible. You can listen to it on Spotify Premium, some people were telling us. So if you have Spotify Premium, you can listen to it now. And thank you guys for writing a review. Truthfully, if you could write a review, just general request, that would mean so much because, yeah, we just put our hearts and souls into this, and to know that it resonates is just so important. So it means a lot if you write a review.
Yeah. Thank you all.
We'll see you on the next one. Morning Microdose is our second show. It's like the best of the best morning motivation and clips. We have Almost 30 podcasts on Instagram. I'm on Instagram at It's Krista.
And I'm at Lindsay Simsick.
We love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.